So, accounting standards. Previously, all we have completed accounting conventions, accounting concepts, and on what are the basis for our accounts, right? And what are the systems we are following in accounts. Now, come to accounting standards. What are these? Accounting standards are nothing but generally accepted accounting principles, means which are the principles which are generally accepted by all of the all accounting professions, and it is issued by Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI. Okay, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Okay, normally these we call it as GAAP. Okay, and there are accounting rules and procedures relating to the measurement, valuation, and disclosure issued by the Council of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Means these accounting standards will states all the companies, all the accountants, um, what all you have to measure, how you have to measure, how you are going to evaluate your stock or valuation of your assets, what all you are going to disclose to the public. That all will be guided by the accounting standards here, means ICAI. This council of ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. For 1 marks they'll ask the full form of it. Okay, ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI. Okay, then what are accounting standards we are having? Accounting standard 1, which shows us disclosure of accounting policies. Accounting standard 2 will show us valuation of inventories. Then accounting standard 3 states cash flow statement, how to prepare it and what to prepare it. Then accounting standard 4, contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet date, means after balance sheet date means after 31st of March, if anything happens in the business or any events incurs in the business will be recorded in the next year or will be recorded under the head of contingencies here. Okay, then accounting standard 5 shows that prior period or extraordinary items and changes in the accounting policies. If you want to make any changes in the accounting policies, that also you're going to mention here, prior the period as well as extraordinary items. Okay, then accounting standard 6 states as depreciation accounting, means how to depreciate the value of our asset. Then accounting standard 7 states accounting for construction contracts, means completely it is related to a contracts. Okay, contracts accounting. Then accounting standard 8 shows that research and development accounts, which is related to research as well as development departments. Then next we have revenue recognition, means how to consider the revenue, what all we are going to consider it in the revenue concept. The next we have accounting standard 10, accounting for fixed asset, means for fixed asset how we are going to maintain our accounts, that will be shown under accounting standard 10. Then accounting standard 11 states that effect of changes in the foreign exchange rate, because some businesses will be involved in exporting and importing of the business. Okay, that we are going to consider here. Okay, accounting for the effect of changes in the foreign exchange rate, definitely it is going to affect us, right? If the business is involved in imports and export businesses. Then accounting standard 12 states that accounting for government grants. Okay, whatever, if we are having any government grants, that accounting will be stated under accounting standard 12. Then 13 states that how to go with the investments, what all investments we are having, how to record it in our business. Then accounting for amalgamations, if we are running any business with a, means we are going to amalgamate our business or we are going to club our business with somebody else, that is accounting standard 14. Then accounting standard 15 states that how to take a retirement benefits in the financial statements of the employers, because obviously if the business means employers are there, means they're going to take a retirement, right? Means they're going to retire from the business. So how to record all that in our financial statements, how to show it, retirement benefits to our employees, that you're going to miss, that will be stated under the principles of accounting standard 15. Then accounting standard 16 states that borrowing cost. What is borrowing cost then? Borrowing amount from any financial institutions or any banks, anything like that. Okay, Then 17 states segment reporting, because when we start our business we are going to make a segments, right? To the market we are going to make a segment, means whether we are going to produce a product for childs or youngsters or for the old age people, like that we are going to divide the market. Same here, segmenting reporting means you are going to divide the reports here. Then related party disclosures, accounting standard 18 states related party disclosures. What is related party disclosures then? Now for example, stakeholders, the shareholders or the debenture holders or the equity holders. Okay, for them you have to mention only such things which is required for them. Okay, that is related party disclosures. Then accounting standard 19 states at leases. Now for example, any fixed asset which is high in cost, we cannot afford it, right? In such cases we can take on lease basis. So lease maintenance of all lease accounts will be stated under accounting standard 19. Then accounting standard 20 states that earning per share. So what is earning per share here? Shareholders which they are holding are shares in their hands. For them you have to show some certain things like what they are going to earn amount per share. Okay, it is depending upon the income what the company is going to earn or the profit of the company for that particular year. Depending upon that we'll calculate earning per share here. Okay, that will be stated under 20. Then 21 states consolidated financial statements. If you want to consolidate financial statements of your different business units, you can club it. Consolidate nothing but combining. Okay, then accounting for taxes on income. Accounting standard 22 states how much tax you have to pay on which income. Okay, means how we are going to display it. Then 23 states accounting for investments in associates in consolidated financial statements. Now investments we are having, we are going to invest some amount in any businesses, and it will be shown under financial statements here. Then accounting standard 24 states discontinuing operations, means if we are going to wind up our business, what all we have to do. Okay, then accounting standard 25 interim financial reporting, means in between if you are submitting any report to your shareholders. Then 26 said intangible assets. Intangible assets means which you cannot see. Okay, goodwill, patents, copyrights, like that. These all are considered as the assets, but these are not seen. Okay, you cannot see the goodwill, you cannot see the copyrights, you cannot see the patents, but you can see the logo of it, you can see the name of it, right? So these are intangible assets. Then accounting standard 27 states financial reporting of interests in joint ventures. If your company is maintaining any joint venture business, then it will be helpful. Okay, financial reporting of interest in joint ventures. Then impairment of assets. Impairment of assets means you are going to revalue your assets. Okay, that it is. Then accounting standard 29 provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. Okay, 29 states that all the provisions, all the contingent liabilities and contingent assets will be recorded in balance sheet. How we are going to mention it after the balance sheet date. Then 30th states financial instruments recognition and measurement. Whatever the recognition we are having or the measurements we are having of our financial instruments, that are going to study under financial instruments, accounting standard 30 here. Then accounting standard 31 financial instruments presentations, means how we are going to present it to our financial instruments, nothing but financial reports. Okay, present how we are going to present it to your users, okay, of the financial information. Then accounting standard 32 financial instrument disclosures, how we are going to disclose and what all you are going to disclose in our financial reports. These are the accounting 32 accounting standards we are having. Okay, just you have to name them. You should remember the accounting standard names. So only I have given list of accounting standards here. Okay, then what is the nature of accounting standards? Normally it is a guidelines providing the framework to our accounting professions to prepare the accounts in a proper way. Then mainly the objective of it is to maintain a uniformity of accountancy or consistency or transparency to your users. Then it is prepared keeping in a view of business environment and law of the country. It is not out of our law of the country here, okay? It is maintained with the help of a law of our country. Then accounting standards are mandatory in nature. Normally accounting standards are compulsory to all our businesses which they have to follow up. Then accounting standards have also been made flexible, means some accounting standards you can change according to your businesses. So only they are given, it is might somewhat flexible. First one, it is the guidelines or the framework which provides the information to prepare the accounts. Secondly, to maintain uniformity in the business. Then these are prepared in the view of law of the country, and these are mandatory in nature, means which have to apply. Then accounting standards are made flexible so that they can change it, okay? Then what is utility of accounting standards means how much we are going to use it, okay? First one, it provides the norms, okay? Because accounting standards provides guidelines, nothing but it is norms or rules, okay? And secondly, it ensures the uniformity. If you see the accounting reports of all the business companies, it is one and the same, because uniform manner all we are going to prepare accounting records here. The next one, it creates a sense of confidence among the users of the accounting information, means accounting users can easily recognize what they have given in the accounting information. Then accounting helps auditors in auditing the accounts. Definitely it is going to help auditors in auditing the accounts, okay? This ends your second chapter. If you have any doubt, you can get it clarified, okay?